Jim with Harvest Harmonics, and welcome to today's episode as we get settled in here to the Profitable Farmer. And today's episode, today's episode, I wanted to cover something, a question we get quite often. Every now and then we get these from ranchers, especially who have livestock, because a lot of farmers, obviously, you're growing crops. A lot of guys have cows, they have pigs, they have chickens, they have animals, and they want to know, does the Kyminasi Plant Booster also improve livestock health? In fact, we just got it from our newest customer today, Kevin. So Kevin, if you're out there, if you're watching, thank you so much for joining us. Your order is in progress, and we'll get that out to you very, very soon. But we get this question quite a bit, which is, does the Kyminasi Plant Booster affect animals, and does it improve animal health? And it's a very good question, and I want to kind of cover that a little bit. So if you've watched any of our presentations in the past, you will have seen that we have various examples of where we improved insect resistance or reduced insect damage. And so the two questions we usually get that in conjunction with that is, number one, does our system affect pollinators? That's the first question. The second question we have is, does our system can it benefit cattle or pigs or chickens or these types of things? Now, I'll take advantage of these. And by the way, hi, Augustine. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate it. If you guys have questions, please type them in the comments. I love to answer questions as we go here. That's what I'm here for. I'm a senior farm consultant with Harvest Harmonics, so I want to consult with you. I want to make sure we answer your questions. So if you have questions, please type them in the comments, and I'll make sure we get to them. And my assistants here will help me if I am not paying attention. I'll make sure they'll make sure they answer for you. But the answer to the first question about pollinators, because we get this question quite a bit. The idea is, do your radio wave signals or do your frequency signals affect pollinators? And the answer is no. The true answer as far as insects is, our technology has nothing to do with insects. It does not affect insects positively or negatively in any way. And that includes the pests, that includes pollinators, that includes all types of insects, even soil-borne insects, etc. Our system does not affect these types of organisms whatsoever. The one thing I should mention is it's a slight correction, because we have promoted this in the past as being a radio wave technology. In actuality, and we just got this confirmed from the inventor, that these are actually quantum waves. The difference between a quantum wave and a radio wave is a quantum wave acts at the molecular level of water and the molecular level of plants. So it's a wave that does not broadcast in the way you would normally think of a radio wave. It doesn't broadcast, we don't put a giant speaker on your farm and broadcast radio signals out throughout the farm. We actually have a very discrete, very small quantum wave which penetrates water at the molecular level and sends a signal into the water that directly boosts plant health and plant metabolism. So it's not a radio wave. It's not going to harm insects or pollinators or anything like that. We've seen no evidence in the hundreds of farms and thousands of tests that we've run over the last 6 years, 7 years. We've seen no evidence whatsoever that we negatively affect pollinators. In fact, that was one of our newest customers, Kevin, and he asked that question: can you get rid of bees and wasps? Unfortunately, our system does not affect pollinators at all. So if that's kind of a problem, that's not something we probably will help you with, but we will make the plants healthier. And so the question comes up usually because when we show improvements in insect damage, reductions of insect damage, reductions of insect populations, people think that we're somehow creating a wave or something that's keeping the insects away. The reason why our system boosts insect resistance or reduces insects as pests is because plants have their own biochemical defenses against predatory insects. So for example, if you've got spider mites, or you've got aphids, or you've got thrips, or you've got grasshoppers, or these types of things which normally eat the leaves or eat the fruit of plants, these are types of insects which we consider pests. They're not symbiotic. They're actually working against the survival of plants. In other words, they are parasites. So these parasites are actually damaging the plants and damaging the fruit. And that's why we want to get rid of them. That's why you spray pesticides and everything else to get rid of them. However, our system is not directly affecting these insects and driving them away. Our system is enhancing the plant's natural biochemical responses, which are designed to keep these predators away. So if you have spider mites, or you have thrips, or you have aphids, or you have spider mites, or different types of mites, different types of insects that are actually predatory insects that eat plants and eat fruits, then our system is going to enhance the plant's ability in its biochemical response system to create responses that drive these insects away. So what we see with insect resistance is the insects will stop attacking the treated plants with Kyminasi, and they will start to move to untreated fields. They move away from the treated fields and onto untreated fields. And any entomologist will tell you that insects to nature's, insects are nature's job to remove bad plants so that they can create fertilizer for the next generation of plants. However, strong, healthy plants don't have much problem. The insects will naturally avoid these types of plants. And the reason is because healthy plants have their own immune system against insects, against predators. Just like we have an immune system against bacteria and viruses and maybe insects that would cause us problems. If you're healthy, then your own immune system will create